Thanks for tuning in to High on Horror. I'm Drew.
And I'm John. This episode and every future episode is dedicated to all the horror hounds and smokers out there who want to expand their knowledge of the genre and have a good time.
Today on the show, we're diving into our review of the new Wolfman film, an exciting release for both John and me, especially given our shared love of all things werewolf.
Hell yeah.
Plus, Lucio Fulci's cult classic The Beyond has just received a stunning 4K restoration, already generating buzz as one of the year's best home video releases. And in major franchise news, the next installment in the Godzilla x Kong series now has an official title and is officially in production. All that and more coming up on High on Horror. Interviews, reviews, and the latest news all rolled into one.
It is time for Strain Wreck, the segment of our show where we tell you what strain we're getting wrecked on. And again, like I said, over these next couple episodes, I forget which ones we've done at this point. And I meant to listen to it before we went back to make sure I didn't repeat any, but fuck it. We got some Hazy Face.
Hazy Face.
Hazy Face. I feel like we might have done that one before. But don't have much here. There's no reviews. It's from District Cannabis, again from in Maryland. It has a hazy sativa cross of Big Sur Holy Weed. Like Big Sur, like in California, SUR. Right. And Face Off OG by Archive Seed Bank provided a palette of citrusy funk and mint. Best for daytime, this happy high will keep you moving. Utilized for chronic fatigue and depression, suitable for novice or experienced consumers. High concentrations of terpene, osamine, and mycerin are found in this. So we'll smoke some of this and... what you got for me, Drew?
All right, yeah, it sounds good. I can't wait to try this Hazy Face. Hopefully it makes my face hazy. Let's see. So one of my favorite Lucio Fulci films has been released on 4K by Grindhouse Video. And not just for packaging purposes because it looks like $1 million, but for transfer and extras purposes, I mean, it's being eyed as the physical media release of the year. Check it out. I have it here with me. It actually just came in. So the thing about this that makes it cool is that not only is the hard box nice, but the actual DVD itself, it's a 6-disc set. And the actual when you pull it out, it's the actual fucking book of Ebon from the movie, and the discs are in that. And it also comes
I won't feel bad about opening.
No, yeah, you're good to open that one. It's it also has a book on Lucio Fulci as well, featured. Just an amazing release. And you know what makes this set special is that this restoration presents the film in stunning 4K, newly scanned from the original Technoscope camera negative and enhanced with Dolby Vision HDR. The audio has been remixed in 5.1 DTS HD Master audio by Oscar-winning sound designer Paul Odison, who did Spider-Man 2 and The Hurt Locker, with original Italian language track and mono mix also included for purists. And also, the highly anticipated The Beyond Composer's Cut is also included.
Yeah, I noticed that flipping through the book here.
Yeah, so it's showcasing a newly reimagined and expanded score by the original composer Fabio Frizzi, who did Zombie, and it's presented in an immersive 5.1 DTS HD master audio surround mix that enhances the film's atmospheric depth. I said depth. Atmospheric
Everything
depth.
you just said made Josh cream his pants.
I'm not even a technical guy like that, but when I saw that this release was getting eyed as like physical release of the year, I was like, hold on, what's so special about it?
That book is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's a beautiful packaging for sure. And as I said earlier, this is one of those ones that have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna say
it's been a while, but
we need to watch together. If not, but I was gonna say, okay. In other news, Godzilla x Kong, the new film, has been given an official title.
Man, you creamed your pants.
Oh, I did. And the title has everyone. I'm sorry, you fucked me up. Okay, the new Godzilla x Kong film has been given an official title that has everyone, including myself, buzzing with excitement and anticipation. The title is Godzilla x Kong Supernova. As a Godzilla fan, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up because I thought of Space Godzilla immediately. And he's a villain a lot of fans have wanted to see in the MonsterVerse, but there's also Gigan and Orga. It could be any of these villains, and that's not a bad thing at all. The only thing about this that will disappoint me is if it's a new made-up villain. I don't want that.
Like the Malcolm in the Middle Godzilla. What the hell was that guy, Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston.
Welcome in the Middle Godzilla. It's
like Muto. You know, like I don't mind it.
That's a horrible crossover.
I don't mind the made up characters or villains, but they did Muto, they did Scar King and Shimo and the last Godzilla X Kong. So I'm ready for them to actually go back to like bringing back the actual classic, already existing characters back. That would be really cool. But Legendary also released a promo of a Monarch computer getting overloaded with Titan sightings and attached a phone number to call if you see a Titan. So my sons and I called the number and it actually works. And you can report a Titan sighting and everything. It's really cool. The kids loved it. And you still have to see Godzilla X Kong, though, before we get into the new one. You still have to watch that, right? You saw -1, but I don't think you got caught up on the newest Godzilla X Kong movie.
I don't know. I thought maybe saw. I don't know. I mean, it's no Gabara.
Oh God, here we go.
Anyway, so on that, we'll go ahead and get into Wolfman. So it's 1995, and we're out in the Oregon woods. A hiker disappears, and no one asks questions. Grady Lovell, played by Sam Jagger, playing the dad with PTSD and rage issues on hard mode, takes his kid Blake hunting. They see something in the trees. It's upright. It's not right. It watches them, and Grady tells his friend Dan.
That was good.
Dan says, "Hell no, I got kids," and that's that. So now we jump ahead. 30 years later, Blake, played by Christopher Abbott, unwashed and unraveling, is now a half-present dad, half-failed writer trying to fake normal with his wife Charlotte, played by Julia Garner, playing patient until it snaps. And their daughter Ginger, yeah, I don't know why I said that weird, played by Matilda Firth. She's small but sharp. Blake's temper is a ticking time bomb. He gets a letter. His estranged dad, Grady, is now legally dead. He inherits the old house. He drags his family into the woods for closure, and that's obviously mistake number one. Derek, played by Benedict Hartle, is the son of Grady's old friend, and he helps them find a place. Sun's going down, of course it is. Then it happens. Some twisted roadkill-shaped monster lunges into the road, and Blake swerves. His car crashes. The creature kills Derek. Blake gets scratched, and that's first drop of poison. Inside the house, everything goes downhill at light speed. Blake's bleeding, sweating, hearing things, like super hearing, where you could just hear the breathing outside. He's losing teeth like a baby's first horror show. Then the creature punches through the damn dog door. That shit got me.
Yeah.
And when he almost ripped his leg off. Charlotte saves him with a hammer. Yo, she fucking was bashing.
She Triple H'd him.
Yeah.
Boom, time to play the game.
But now it's already inside Blake, and it's not leaving. His nails fall out. His fangs grow in. His hair sprouts in weird places. His vision, it distorts, but also gives him, like, nighttime vision, basically.
Yeah, nighttime vision.
Nighttime vision.
Wolf vision, yeah. I like the wolf vision.
He can't talk. He can't move. He bites his own arm like a cornered animal, just gnawing the pain away. Charlotte's still trying to save him, but the man she married is circling the drain. They try to escape. The thing smashes through the windshield. They hide in a damn greenhouse. That shit, why? I don't like... I mean, I guess it's the only thing you could really do in the situation they're in, but, like, to go up on the greenhouse, I'm like, it's not going to see you?
No,
and then the other thing is, at first, I'm like, didn't he watch them go up?
Well, I think it's more about the cinematic scene of it. Like, oh, that would make a crazy scene if somebody was up on top of a greenhouse and a werewolf inside it jumping up trying to scratch them. I think it was more of that as opposed to being logistical.
And then Blake kind of peels off, leading it away. And because then it comes back, or I'm sorry, he comes back, but different. Limping, breathing weird. He pukes a severed finger, and that's when it clicks. He ain't going to make it, not as Blake. Then the monster crashes in. Blake fights it. He rips out its throat with its teeth. That shit was fucking brutal. Intense.
Yeah.
And just when it should be over, he sees the tattoo. It's his dad, Grady. As soon as he looked, I fucking knew it. I was like,
Me too.
And the beast he was afraid of growing into, now he's become him. Now fully turned, Blake charges at Charlotte and Ginger. No brains left, just instincts. They run into a barn, and Charlotte lays a bear trap. It catches them, but this man chewed an arm to stop the pain version of Blake, bites through his own goddamn foot, and keeps going.
Yep.
It's pitch black. He stalks them with night vision, growling, sniffing until sunrise. They hide in a hunting blind. Blake finds them. Charlotte raises the rifle. He doesn't flinch. He wants it. One shot, just straight to the heart. He dies in their arms, gutted, empty, more beast than man, but still they're Blake somewhat under all that blood. Charlotte and Ginger step into the valley, the one Blake talked about as a kid. It's beautiful, peaceful, and it doesn't mean a goddamn thing after what it took to get there.
Well said. I have to say that it's a fascinating coincidence that the Wolfman stars both Julia Garner, who we just covered in Apartment 7A, and Christopher Abbott, who starred in Possessor, another film we reviewed. Abbott seems to have carved out a niche.
Oh shit, he was in that.
In body horror, yeah. And with the Wolfman, he once again proves his commitment to psychologically intense, transformative roles. I found this modern take on the Wolfman refreshingly bold. Rather than leaning into gothic horror aesthetics, director Lee Winnell, who I love, makes a deliberate pivot towards something more grounded and contemporary. It's a choice that trades the shadows of castles and Howling at the Moon for something more intimate and, in many ways, more emotionally resonant. What struck me most was how deeply I cared about the characters. This isn't always the case in horror, especially with creature features, like when creature features are concerned.
Especially that and slasher.
Exactly, but here the emotional stakes felt authentic. I even found myself sympathizing with Blake, the father figure who could have easily been reduced to a stock character in a lesser film.
Yeah.
Winnell's pacing is as precise as ever. Tension builds methodically, like a wire stretched tighter and tighter until it hums. His control over suspense is a hallmark of his filmmaking, and it's very much present here. That said, I did find one significant shortcoming, and it's a major one, given the title: the design of the Wolfman himself. A film like this hinges on the monster, and yet, ironically, the Wolfman is perhaps the least compelling when the creature's actually on screen. Instead of being terrifying or iconic, the design feels subdued, even forgettable. It's telling that most discussions around the film tend to focus on its thematic strengths or its performances rather than the creature that ostensibly, there we go, defines it. For a modern werewolf film, this should be a genuine sense of fear, primal edge, and unfortunately, that just wasn't there. But that being said, the Wolfman works powerfully as a metaphor. It reminded me of The Fly, not just in terms of body horror.
Yeah, it's beginning a lot of comparisons.
Right, but it is emotional undercurrent of tragedy and disintegration. And at its heart, this is a story about inherited trauma, internal decay, and the devastating effects of isolation. It's about the ways in which damage, psychological or otherwise, can be passed down, infecting the closest to us. The monster becomes symbolic of toxicity, self-loathing, and the fear of harming the people we love. It's quietly devastating in that regard. So while the film doesn't deliver a monster that will haunt your dreams, it does offer something more introspective and lasting, a meditation on grief, loss, and emotional contagion. It's not a home run, but it's a win, a measured win. Anyway, it's an intelligent film that's worth watching for its heart, if not its horror. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Thoughtful, tragic, and surprisingly human. The Wolfman might not howl, but it does resonate.
Yeah, this one's been splitting people kind of right down the middle. Some folks wanted a fun, popcorn stuffed monster flick. This ain't that. This one's mean, it stinks of blood, rot, and trauma, and honestly, I dug it.
Yeah.
And maybe it hit harder because I watched the steaming pile of cinematic trash right before this. We'll get into it. I'll bring it up when we review it, but I don't know if but Wolfman comes in hot with a raw pulse. I still just wonder if I might have liked this a little more just because of how bad that movie was. And it's funny, the creature design, I just thought it looked grotesque. Not like some clean over design like CGI mess. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't look like Teen Wolf.
See, I didn't think he was fully transformed at the end. I was like, maybe he's mid-transformation. But then you see his dad, and I was like, nah, that was it.
His dad was a little hairier.
He had like a mohawk.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing looks like a disease took over human form and then decided to hunt its own bloodline. The body horror is on point. You feel Blake's bones crack, teeth rot, skin shift. It's not a transformation. It's a goddamn punishment. Christopher Abbott goes full meltdown, and Julia Gardner holds the whole emotional mess together like she's duct taping her sanity. Every scene just simmers in dread, and the theme of generational anger, that's the real monster. The kind that doesn't die with silver bullets. Winnell let it seep into the walls, the silence, the way Blake looks at his kid like he's afraid of what's living in his own skin. It's not perfect, but the atmosphere makes up for it. The forest never feels safe. The house is a trap. Even daylight doesn't save you. That's how it should be. This movie isn't. This isn't the movie people want it. It's the one that kicks you in the ribs and asks if you're still pretending your family doesn't have their own secrets with teeth. It's funny you said 7 out of 10. I gave it a 7.1 out of 10.
Okay.
You want fun? Go watch Van Helsing. You want pain, rot, blood in the snow? Wolfman's Waiting.
Yeah, it's not nearly as well done, but it's a good compliment. That could be a good double bill with Nosferatu because they're both ugly versions of those creatures. Right?
That's a good point.
Speaking of which, I'm going to name drop here. I don't know why because we don't have any sponsorship, but I actually wanted to tell you I got a fucking Nosferatu cologne. There's a legit high-end cologne. I'm serious. It's like $130 a bottle. It says it smells like wet tombstones. And it said it smells like wet tombstones, death and despair. I'm dead serious.
What the fuck is a wet tombstone?
It's legit. Like it's got the logo on. It's a glass bottle, and it's got the actual logo from the movie, like the lettering and everything. It's like a legit, like some perfume company just took it and they made like a legit high end like Dolce and Gabbana type of cologne out of it, and I got some of it. Like I have a sample coming Tuesday in the mail, so I'll let you know if I smell dead and like wet tombstones.
Tombstone. That sounds like it would smell like the Sex Panther cologne.
I'm thinking mold, bro. I'm thinking mold, like wet tombstone. Sex Panther
from Anchorman.
Remember, she smells it. The woman smells it. Goes, it smells like Bigfoot's dick.
That one and the one I always remember. It smells like babies like burnt baby diaper wrapped in burnt hair or something.
Yeah, well, hopefully Nosferatu smells better than that.
All right, but let's we'll wrap this up. Thanks to all the horror hounds and smokers out there for tuning in. And make sure to follow us online, High on Horror 420. You can get us on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, all that jazz. And next week we'll be bringing you our review of A Hard Place, coming to Shudder, I believe. Yes, Shudder. Yeah. That's right, Shudder. Anyway,
our homies over at Shudder.
Our homies over at Shudder. Pour one out for my homies at Shudder. Anyway, we're rambling here. I think it's about time to wrap her up. Catch you later.
See you next week.